How was that one?
Well, a little pull, but not bad.
This is the angular velocity of the different segments.
Okay.
So you see that still like white area here.
Yeah.
That's basically the transition phase. So you see how it says sort of TR, sort of up towards the top left.
Yeah.
So the transition in the 3D system is basically from the moment the first movement changes direction.
Okay.
So obviously most people will look at the kinetic sequences, pelvis, thorax, arm, hand, club.
Yeah.
If I go into the dynamics here, it kind of gives us the order here. So it actually, you see how it was just how I said pelvis was first one to change direction, then thorax and lead arm were like together.
Okay.
And then lead hand, then lead club. So first of all, we see the order in which you transition. Now, what is also like a huge value is not just when they transition, but when they each reach their peak velocities.
Yeah.
So what we're looking at now is like, that's the transition order we've looked at. We're looking at the peak of the blue, the gray, the green, the sort of orange, and then the club. Okay, so you can see obviously like prior to impact, if you just follow the white dot on the curve, the white dots on the curves there, you can see obviously like the blue reaches pelvis first, then it's thorax, then the green, which is the lead arm, then the orange, and then finally the green, which is the club.
Okay.
Can you see that there? Like kind of how smooth the graphs flow. So for you, it's, yeah, so this is what I was saying, like first it's like there's a peak for the thorax, then the pelvis, then the lead and the arm and the hand are like together because they're both basically they're late, they're right at the ball impact or just after. So in transition, essentially for you, mate, and I think you get even more stretch across that lead shoulder when you do it. It's like from here, getting the rib cage to move independently with speed would create even more stretch across the lead side, but at the same time, it's going to allow the segments to move in a better order.
Right.
Okay, so it's almost like you get here, pelvis goes, then the rib cage, then the lead arm, and then this kind of stuff.
Right.
And you had a movement question kind of at the start that was based around, I don't know, maybe you explain it again, mate. What your question around your fixed.
That's what I was going to, it kind of adds up to what that shows us what I was going to ask before, is I don't feel like I can get my lead arm.
Yeah.
It gets trapped somewhere, I can feel it. It doesn't want to keep.
Yeah.
It, like throws the brakes on somewhere. That's what, like on some of these, and like when I hit it good, it's not really that way, but when I don't, I can, like the ones I hit heavy and the hand comes off and whatnot, I can feel like the brakes come on like really, really hard, and it feels like my right hand's trying to keep going, but my left arm's like really trying to stop.
So what's interesting is, like you say, it feels like it's got the brakes on through impact. So
this side does, yeah.
This side does, the lead arm.
Yeah, and obviously I can't stop the club because it's going too quick.
Yeah, so what this is kind of showing is that for this lead arm, it's almost like from this position here, it's going with the rib cage two together, and then it has to like break through it.
Yeah.
Okay, so instead of it being like the rib cage goes and the lead arm feeling like it's a little bit later than this, then it can move through. It's here, it's like very fixed.
Right.
Okay.
In a strange way, for my feel, I don't know what I'll need to do for somebody else, but for me, and I had a little luck with it yesterday because I hit on different stuff because I didn't know which one was right. But for me, I would go here and pause, and then I would have somewhere, this would stay where it is in space, and like my rib cage would get away from me that way.
Wow, look, it changed the order in the transition. Oh, yeah, no, except before they transitioned together, right?
Yeah.
So look, now it was pelvis, thorax, lead arm, lead hand, and club more together. So like an improvement in the order there.
Yeah.
But the cool thing is, like, from the feeling of like feeling stuck with that arm, didn't feel it.
No.
Oh, that looks smoother.
Yeah, that's not the same, is it?
Now do just the pelvis and don't let the lead arm move. Hit this. How's that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the feel, right?
Yeah. one I did when it changed the order. The first one, the good one.
That's it.
Kind of what it felt like, except I only did it from here. I didn't do it from here.
You didn't do the pelvis. Yeah, so it's like, first thing was like, okay, let's understand how the lead arm and thorax can interact in more improved way.
Right.
So you don't feel stuck with that left arm.
Yeah.
And then next thing is like, all right, let's speed up the pelvis so we get even more.
Right.
Okay?
So I need.
There, you got the order again. Wow, look at that now. Now the order's, let's speed it up, completely cleaned up the order. Look at the difference between the pelvis and the thorax.
Yeah.
That's outrageous.
Yeah, it feels like I'm hitting a driver. But when I do that, I didn't think I could do it because I literally feel like I'm jumping off the ground.
Yeah. Like literally looking at these here,
That's good, yeah.
like, well, I'll show you the comparison. So remember these numbers here. Here's your segment accelerations.
That's like 4 times what it was. Isn't it?
Yeah, like I'm gonna open the previous capture. So first swing, we look at like pelvis, thorax, lead arm.
48, 50.
This is down by almost 1,000. That actually went up like 3,000. So you really got your thorax, like the actual, when it came to the point of it accelerating,
Yeah.
the peak acceleration value was like insanely higher. To go to the top. So it's like I said, so it's like that. So you probably feel like this is really late.
Yeah.
Like what I would actually encourage is like lead elbow, go to the top again. I want you to get it point at the target while you do it. How does that feel?
Not what it feels like before. I like that. Yep.
Okay, so this be really active. Don't touch my hand. Like the lead elbow, that's it, lead elbow at the target. Good. Yeah, and I think you probably don't have to feel so down here as well. You can probably be like, oh, I'm gonna stay nice and tall while you do it.
Okay.
How does that feel?
Yeah, I can do that. So left elbow to the target, right?
Yeah. Say that again, mate.
So I'm going that way.
Not too long, so go and do it again, mate. I'll cue you. So go to the top.
Yeah.
Do your rehearsal down. Where it's like this is much, yeah, you do like almost what Foley told you.
Yeah.
So it's like to there,
Yeah.
but then it's like from that, this can go,
Mm-hmm.
then that can go, and then because you're going to square the face, then you're going to square the face, right?
Right.
Because if you do too much of that,
Right.
yeah.
Gotcha.
And I think that's why you were hitting some of those like cuts there, because you're probably overdoing it.
Yeah.
So it's like literally like change direction,
Right.
and then let it go through the hair.
Got it. Uh-oh.
Wow.
I think that was it.
Yeah, I think you actually let it out then.
That's what I've told, like that one, and then the others, like 80% of the other swings I make, I can tell something's trying to slow down, but not that one.
Not that one. Yeah, that one looked like you let it out. It's almost like once you've done a good job from here to here,
Like I didn't feel anything after this,
yeah, then you can just like
gone.
just let it go.
which feels really good. I hate that feeling of this being like rock straight and holding on. I hate that.